Shalom, everybody. And this is my third installment on this issue of righteousness. And today I want to take a little bit of a detour and just talk, you know, from heart to heart. I'm taking my piece from the book of Luke, Luke chapter 16, verses 19 to 31. And here we read the story of a rich man and a poor man. The poor man's name was Lazarus. I remember when we were in Bible school, they told us the rich man's name is Dives or Well. I don't think that's his name, but it just means a rich man, or a wealthy man in Greek. Jesus told this story to illustrate the point that if you have been blessed materially and you have what we call the wealth of this world, you are rich, you are a man or a woman of substance, you must recognize why God has given you substance. And you must use that substance wisely, especially in the area of caring for those who do not have. I believe it's a privileged position. I believe everybody that has, and God has given extra to, we're stewards. We're stewards of God. We're stewards of God, and we must use the wealth to be a blessing to others. So this story is a very, very difficult story because Jesus gave this to illustrate that don't be careless whilst you're on earth. So Lazarus was a poor beggar. The rich man lived in a very nice house, had a very nice life. The Bible said he lived or fared sumptuously, which means he drank a lot, ate good food, lived a life of luxury. And there was a poor man right in front of his house that he ignored. This man, Lazarus, was ill. He had sores all over his body. He was wretched. His clothes were torn. Dogs were licking his wound. He was in a very bad state. He was in a bad state. And the rich man totally ignored him. There's no record of the rich man ever caring for him. It's an interesting story. How this rich man could afford to look at this poor man and not be moved to help him. But the Bible tells us in the course of time, Lazarus died and was taken to the bosom of Abraham. At the same time, after a while, the rich man also died and he was taken to a place called Hades and he was in torment. And one day he lifted up his eyes and he saw Lazarus across a chasm. And he said to him, "Oh, Lazarus, wow, you are in a nice place. Could you please just dip your finger in some water and let me have a drop of water because I am tormented in this place, the fire, everything." And Lazarus said, "I can't do it because there's a big gulf between us. I can't reach out to help you. There's a big gulf between us." And Abraham told him, he said, "Look, whilst you are not son," he called him son. He said, whilst you are not, you enjoyed yourself, you lived well, you fared sumptuously, and Lazarus suffered. Now Lazarus is being comforted and you are being tormented." And he pleaded that, they should send someone to his brothers to go and preach to his brothers so they don't come to where he is in hell. And I want to affirm that we all need to share the gospel. But I also believe that God will look at us, especially those of us that God has blessed financially, blessed with substance, blessed with position, blessed with influence, people who have more than they can even spend in their lifetime. God is going to judge people like that based on what they do with the wealth that they have. I believe that this story of Lazarus and the rich man is a warning to every wealthy person. is a warning to everyone who has substance that we need to be very, very careful what we do with what we have. Do not let your heart be hardened to the poor. Don't let your heart be hardened to the needy. Don't look at them and say they are undeserving. This is not the heart of God. We must allow the compassion of God to run deep in us and to move us to help. It is clear to me, and I don't know why, many people of substance, many people of wealth don't like to help the poor. It's what I've experienced. I feel there is something of an oppression or an oppressor that is operating there. There's a spirit of oppression. You know, I hear of this feudalistic system where, people come, and you feed them and, you send them back, but there's no way of empowering them to become self-sufficient. I'm just asking us to learn from this rich man. I don't know, but I'm sure that Jesus told this parable to tell us, be careful what you do if you are wealthy. This poor man was at his gate. Don't know for how long. Bible doesn't tell us. Even if it was one day, and he did not care for that man, he brought judgment on himself. The Bible says that he who turns his ear, who closes his ear to the cry of the poor, will himself cry and no one will listen to him. That's damning. So I'm sending this simple message. Like I said today, this one is just really from my heart. And I just want you to hear what the Lord is saying. If you are blessed with financial wealth, you have substance, you have influence, you have position, you have power, you are a man or a woman with resources of this world, let it be central in your heart that you look after the poor. You care for the needy, especially those ones that God has placed around you. Try and make sure that you look after them. Spend some of your resources on their behalf. Don't be wicked. Don't close your heart. Don't think they're undeserving. For whatever reason, you may think that you became wealthy because you did something right, you're hardworking and all that. And I'm not taking anything from all that, because if you're hardworking and you're smart, you should, do well. But always remember that the Bible says both wealth and riches come from God. And without the grace of God, you really can work hard and not get there. Things may not just work for you. The fact that they have worked for you is a sign that God has helped you. And because of that, also look to help others. Don't be like that rich man that ended up in hell. He has no help. He was crying in torments and nobody could help him. There's a Lazarus at your doorstep. Go look for him. Go look for her and care for them. God bless you. God walk with you as you have a change of heart today and you choose to be one of those that will alleviate the sufferings of people around you. God bless you.